are gonna tell you what to do. Listen to them.
Trust in nothing. Trust in nothing but some other word.
Listen to them.
Trust in nothing. Trust in nothing but some other word. Trust in nothing. Trust in nothing but some other word. Trust in nothing but some other word. Trust in nothing. Trust in nothing but some other word. Trust in nothing. Trust in nothing but some other word. Sassy sisters, trust in nothing but silk underwear. Silly swingers, get your feeling under spell. Sassy sisters, come and taste as sweet as can be. Silly swingers.
you know I would even obey.
Spinning, you feel the rhythm going. Legs ain't got time to lay low. Your knees are bending, so it's time to get up and let go. Hey, mama, how's it going? Can see your body moving. Don't leave the party dying. Keep booty shaking, you know your head has no right to say no. Tonight it's ready, set, go. Baby, can you move around the rhythm so we can get with and turn around? That good old sound is ringing. They don't know what they're missing. Legs ain't got time to lay low. Your knees are bending, so it's time to get up and let go. Hey, brother, nice and steady. Put down your drink, you ready. It's hot when things get messy.
Good morning. Welcome to Day
Your head has no right to say no.
I guess.
Tonight it's ready, set, go. Baby, can you move around the rhythm so we can get...
Enjoy the song for a little bit before all the anger sets in. Let's just try it. It's like a minute left. Let's just enjoy it. Let's enjoy it together.
Because you know I'm living in the fast lane. Speed up, it ain't no game. Just turn up all the beams when I come up on the scene.
If you like the music, it's Caravan Palace. They're blowing up now. They've been around for a long time, and they are really good. Electro swing is the wave of the future, folks. Look, we're here. It's Daywave. By the way, look, if you're expecting like a fun, it's not gonna be super fun. I'm sorry. I'll try to be funny. I probably feel it that too. I do most days to be quite honest with you. I feel it the funny part too. But shit's getting real. Well, let me first tell you. I got a tan. Boogie Bumper. Do they use full band? They use a full band. I saw them live last year. I saw them live last year. They use a full band, which is really cool. So they do have like I guess a DJ. I wouldn't call it a DJ, whatever, electronic part of the band, but they use a full band, and they're really really good. So whatever. It's episode 400, by the way. Episode 400 of Daywave. I have done 400 of these bad boys. 400 of these bad boys, and Daddy got a lot of sun. Look at that. I got a lot of sun. Look at that. Look at that sun. So yeah, we're gonna get into obviously a bunch of the Riot stuff, and we have to. I kind of feel like it would just, you can't ignore what's happening, and probably talk about ROTC. We definitely talk about ROTC, but the thing is, there's so much, right? There's so much stuff going on. So quickly, I'll tell you what I did this weekend. I Saturday went to the SpaceX launch, but since it's Florida, and Florida gets a lot of shit, but there's not many places in the world that you have no income tax. Go to the beach, on the beach, and be 5 miles away from the fucking Kennedy Space Center and watch a launch all at the same time. All at the same time. So I went out to the with my friends. We all went out to the beach up at the Kennedy Space Center. Set up out there. There was zero social distancing going on, which was fucking awesome. Beach was packed. And I watched the launch. So basically, the launch happened like at 3 something. Had the feed pulled up on my phone, and waiting for the countdown. And then we were pretty close, so we saw it like take off, and like it was like 2 minutes after the launch, you heard the shock wave come through, like the ground shook. It was pretty fucking crazy to see. It really was. I gotta say, before we get into all the fucking shitty things, it was really cool to see. Owen Benjamin didn't believe the launch. I was there, like I actually saw it. I actually saw it with my own eyes. But so I went up, and I gotta be honest with you, the fucking one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And whether you like Elon Musk or not, that's not an argument I'm making. I'm not. This isn't me sucking his dick. This is just me saying that I thought it was fucking cool. The astronauts that went up are the ones that went up on the Endeavour in 2011, which was also pretty cool. It was raining towards the beginning, and then it stopped. It was a perfect window, and they took off, and it was actually really, really cool. I watched it dock, nice, with the space station. That was also really cool to see. I mean, all that stuff is just awesome to me. I love that shit. I love space shit. I was really sad that it slowed down for as long as it did. It was really cool to see. It really was. I watched some of the videos later on of the astronauts up there and stuff like that. And I was thinking, I was laughing at one point. I watched it, and the astronauts were up there, and we're talking about like, hey, here we are, and they're floating. It was really cool seeing that. And they're like, oh, well, we brought my kid's toy dinosaur up here, and because the astronauts asked their kids for a toy to go up with them. It was cute, the fucking and I'm thinking to myself, Owen Benjamin is going to lose. He probably did. I haven't seen it, but Owen Benjamin's going to lose his mind. I mean, I was laughing to myself like an idiot watching this, going, "Oh boy, here we go." It was just like, guys, they're doing it right in our face. They have a dinosaur up there. They know. They're trying to counteract my points. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Exactly. Guys, NASA watches me. Elon Musk knows. And I'm like, here we fucking go. I was like, here, I knew as soon as I saw it, I'm like, out of all the toys, sir, why did you bring a dinosaur? Oh, it's going to lose his mind. Oh, fuck. But I mean, again, whether you like Musk or we could all, and we all argue the subsidies that he gets, and he gets a lot of subsidies, and I do agree that it's fucked up. I get it. But if you haven't watched a space launch in person, it's pretty impressive. It's something that I would recommend to everybody. I would recommend everybody. It was actually really cool to see in person. I gotta say, the new rocket looks so much sleeker and so much cooler than the old one, where we just strapped the plane on the back of a rocket. It's pretty neat. But it was amazing. It was amazing seeing it like at the beach, because it was fucking. I mean, it was a really surreal experience to be having a beach day. And of course the beach says no alcohol, but they don't give a shit if you have alcohol as long as it's in cans and you're pouring it into a tumbler. They don't fucking care. It's Florida. We can give a shit. So we were watching that, and it was really cool, man. And the shockwave, like I said, the shockwave was insane. Like it took 2 minutes from the launch to hear it. There was a fucking crazy amount of people. I think I have a picture. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of the beach. Hold on. While it happened, let me see here. But give me a second. I gotta find it. I know I have it. And again, look, I understand that it's silly because clearly there are a million people were there with their cell phone cameras, like they were going to be the ones. There was a lady with one of those, and I forget what you call them, but like the really long camera lenses, like telescopic. Is that what they're called? I'm sure maybe I'm saying it wrong, or I have the complete wrong thing, but it was like a fucking lens that was like this big. Trying to get a picture of it. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I could find the area that we were at and what it looked like. Sorry, I got to scroll through quite a bit. And it was funny. It was funny because when we were watching it, whatever. Look, I'll find it later. I'm not going to bother you guys with all that. You said a telescopic? I was right? Okay, it's a telescopic lens. All right, cool. So it was. There was a lot of people on the beach. It was packed. There was, I think Northern Lights has his phone in his pocket. There was a lot of people there. And I saw somebody posted a video of the launch from the beach on Facebook, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's so cool! Oh, look at that! That's awesome!" And so, of course, some homo had to go, "I don't see a lot of social distancing." I'm like, "I don't see you fucking sucking a cock. Beat it!" Like it was embarrassing. So again, it was a weekend of a lot of contrast, right? Telephoto, not telescopic. Okay, so look, whatever, man. I don't know. I admitted that I know what it was. All right. It's called the pervert lens. That sounds right. So, cheers to Elon, Daywave, and Owen's insane paranoid narcissism. It was great. So it was packed. It was packed at the beach. It was really cool to see how many people were there. And, a lot of people were there for the beach, too, of course. We were there pretty much most of the day. The ocean was wonderful. The rocket launch was amazing to see at the beach. All of it was great. I would have, of course, highly recommend it. But like I said, it really is a crazy... It really is... I was thinking about this. It really is like a crazy juxtaposition of two things that happen. Like something so cool. Again, and I'm going to repeat this. Whether you like Elon Musk or not, I don't care. Something so cool seeing like this level of technology. Americans going to space again, really cool. And then seeing at the same time the country burning to the ground. So I guess there's actual segue going into the fucking riots and going to all the stuff that we're going to talk about here in a second. So we left the beach after the launch, about an hour or two after the launch. We go, all right, let's head back. I live about an hour and a half from the beach that's by the Space Center. So it took us an hour and a half to get there. So we go in the car. It took us 3 hours to get home. Hey, Royce, why did it take us 3 hours? Why did it take you guys 3 hours to get home? Well, random person who didn't ask, I'll answer it for you. Here's why it took 3 hours. We're on our way back. We finally got on the 408. The 408 goes into I-4. Traffic comes to a complete standstill on the highway. This is not on a side road or anything. On the highway. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? This is crazy. Protesters in Orlando, peaceful protesters in Orlando, decided, in their infinite knowledge, to get on the highway, not on a side road, not on the highway. They got on the 408 and they got on I-4. The speed limit's about 70 on these highways. Blocked the highways. Started out with a protest downtown. Ended up with them blocking the traffic on the highway. We had to get off the highway. We had to take back roads back. It was a fucking mess. Now, I don't know how that helps anything. I don't know how the less black people are going to get killed. I don't know. But what do I know, guys? I'm not a verified Twitter person. I'm not Chrissy Teigen, so maybe that's why I don't know. How many points did you get for hitting them? See, like, I would never hit them. I wouldn't. Like, that's, I mean, look, let me be clear. If someone had a fucking gun or whatever and pointing, I'd hit him with my car. Obviously, that's self-defense. But I wouldn't hit them. But Jesus Christ. In here, after being all day at the beach and all you want to do is get home, in here, your mind, and I'm sure this goes the same for all of you, your mind goes to every single place in the world. Terrible things you would never do. Be clear, things you would never do. But your mind goes to some dark places. I start thinking like, well, I wish I still had my Jeep, stuff like that. Stopping traffic doesn't do shit. So 3 hours, whatever, get home Saturday. Hanging out at the house, and I think, well, whatever. They had their little riots. See, Thursday, Friday, it's over. Jesus fucking Christ, was it not over? We're going to play some footage here of the riots here in a second. There's a lot. But last night, my parents are in town. And they're like, hey, you guys want to go out to dinner? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go out to dinner. So we get in the car. We drive out to a restaurant in Orange County. It's a Puerto Rican restaurant. It's actually really good. It's about Miami Mil food. No, Paul Campo. Remember Paul Campo, the Puerto Rican? Very good food. If you ever, it's probably the best Hispanic food you get in the area. So we go to meet my parents for dinner. We get to the restaurant at 8:30, probably, give or take. So we get to the restaurant at 8:30. Get out of the car. We're like, all right, well, let's go. We go try to get, hey, the party of 6. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, we can't seat you. I'm like, it's 8:30. You guys, it's 8:30. You guys are open till 11. What do you mean you can't seat me? What do you mean you can't sit us? I don't understand. They go, they just put a curfew out in Orange County. 10 p.m. curfew for everybody. So we can't seat any more people because we have to make sure the servers get home before 10 p.m. And I'm like, what? Because of the fucking assholes that decided to get on the highway to block traffic, all these restaurants, by the way, all these restaurants that are just finally getting back to opening up, servers making tips, which you love to see of people working again, and it was great, are now on. We are on a curfew here again until further notice. Not because of the invisible enemy. Not because of the invisible enemy, but because of the enemy that you could clearly see. Well, not at night as well, but you get my point. So now we have a curfew here, and I was fucking livid. And not because I couldn't go to the restaurant. I don't really care about that. Like, I don't. I really don't care about that. What does it matter? We've been locked down for 3 months. Like, if restaurants were closed, we'll figure it out. Like, it had nothing to do with that. But it just pissed me off that finally things are getting back to normal, and then we just have to do this again. We have to go through this again. We have to just lock it down again. And I know a bunch of cities were locked down. I know some cities had an 8 o'clock had an 8 o'clock curfew. Some cities had a 9 p.m. curfew. It was a fucking mess. And it's not going to get better. I don't see it getting better. I know that people yesterday were freaking out in DC because there was just a complete blackout in DC at some point. Like, they were saying, like, oh, we're not hearing back from any of the DC people. The government must have killed them all. Look it up. These are real conspiracy theories that were going on. My thought process for all that goes, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, you tried to attack the White House. And the way I look at it is this, because there's a lot of people that are like defending the rioters, and there's a lot of people with the dumbest hot takes that you'll ever see on the internet, saying things like, oh, all you motherfucking white people, you say Bernie don't do shit, but when Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee, you motherfuckers were burning his shit. And I'm like, yeah, the shit that they bought and that they own. Do I think it was corny? Of course. But they own the shit that we're burning. Some of these hot takes are so fucking stupid. Another one is, yo, white people burn down cities when people play, when your team loses a Super Bowl. And I'm like, there's a lot of black people doing that too. And it's also disgusting. I heard a lot of news stations starting again this every morning. It was the same thing. Friday, Saturday. It's going to be a shit show to 2021, probably. Friday, Saturday. The mornings, there was, when the sun was up, oh, peaceful protest. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm all for peaceful protest, man. Do it. Go for it. And all the news stations were like, and as you could see, these protesters are peaceful and nothing is happening. And then as soon as the sun went down, it was, and they're currently burning the. Actually, do I have my? I think I have it. Check. Yeah. And they're looks like the peaceful protest has taken a turn for the worse. this is Helicopter Joe up here, and I see that they're looting the Mac store on Melrose. Oh, yep, and that one's gone. And now they're heading to a racetrack, and oh boy, oh no, they just hit that gentleman with a brick, and that's what it turned into. And that's what it turned into. It went from, oh, all they want is you don't want social justice. You motherfuckers don't even know what you want. And I have a legitimate question here. I'm going to play some of these riots here in a second. I have a legitimate question here. Do you think, and honestly, and by the way, I'm not looking for the fucking Spurg answers. I'm asking a real, legitimate question. Do you think at the end of this, there will be more racist people or less racist people? Because the goal of this, right, is to call out racist people, and there's racist people, and race this, and race that, and race this, and race that. Do you think if you're a shop owner, not racist at all, just trying to sell my tobacco, man, just trying to run your store, and they destroy it, do you think that those people will become more racist or less racist? Now, I don't know. I'm not a philosopher or a verified Twitter personality, or was on Who's the Boss, but my guess, and this is just a guess, is that this is going to get worse. You are making more racist. You want to stop stereotypes by becoming a stereotype. And that's what's happening. And that's what's happening. You are doing the very thing that you hate that people say you do. I'm not trying to be an optics cook, but when you are looting a Foot Locker, you are reinforcing bad stereotypes that you are trying to destroy. A dude, by the way, wrongly killed by those cops. That cop is going to kill himself. That is my prediction. His wife is divorcing him. That guy's going to kill himself. All right? It's just going to happen. You took something that me on this very show, I will speak for me, I will speak for nobody else with this next statement. I thought I had 100% of my sympathy went out to that George Floyd, that man that was killed, his family. I was fucking livid at these police. Livid. This is fucking police brutality. This is fucking bullshit. I don't give a shit if he's black or white. You know that I don't care. You've heard the weeks before of the show. You know what I think. And all you're doing is you're draining the sympathy. Everybody was on your side, by the way. I mean, don't get me wrong. 99% of people. There's always going to be spurgs. But for the most part, everybody was on your side saying what this cop did was wrong. Nobody was on the other side of this issue except for a couple, groups that just like to fucking say shit. And now you are draining the sympathy out of people. Any sympathy that you would have had that could have maybe helped change the police brutality, stopped all that authoritarian, all of that, to any of that, stop the tyranny and all that, tyranny, whichever we say, whatever. It's gone. It is gone. And every day it goes on, it starts to switch. You're losing people that were on your side. And I, for one, am getting to the point of zero sympathy. I am. I really am. And it fucking makes me upset. But how can you? How can you? Gabriel Lopez, racist talking like these riots were organic protests and not fed, manipulated. Listen, we could have a conversation about Fed, because you could go online and everybody thinks they have the answer. You could talk about whether you think these riots are Fed manipulated. You could talk about if you think these riots are Antifa manipulated. You could talk about if you think these riots are George Soros manipulated. I'll have that conversation, by the way, and I won't even shit on you for believing it. But every person has their own control over their lives. And let me tell you, the videos that I saw this week, and that we're going to play here in a second, the videos that I saw this week, I don't think that all those people were feds. Sure, there were some in there. Do I think so? Absolutely. Do I think there were undercover cops in there? Of fucking course there were. There always is during these things. Do I think Antifa was instigating it? Absolutely. But the people that were robbing the Foot Locker didn't look like feds to me. The people that were hitting an old lady with a 2x4 over the head didn't look like feds to me. So the problem is when people say these things that may be true, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so I'm not even shitting for you thinking that. Fed manipulated. Okay. But if somebody got into my ear and said, hey, man, that guy's talking shit. Hey, man, that guy's doing something. Hey, man, that guy called your wife a bitch. Hey, that guy says you're a faggot. And I go and shoot that guy in the face. I can't go, whoa, Bill told me that, and he lied. I'm still responsible for my actions, period. End of story. So whether people are manipulating it or where people aren't, cool. But the people that are doing it are responsible for what they're doing. Can we at least agree on that? We can at least agree on that, right? Because the conversation I am having now is not who started it, who's manipulating, who the agent provocateurs are. None of that. I am talking about the people that are doing it. So either what you're saying is these people have no free will and they're being controlled by robots, or like robots to do things, or they were stupid enough to fall for the race baiting, right? But at the end of the day, you're responsible for what you do, right? At the end of the day, you're responsible for what you do. I saw this and I wanted to play this, and then we'll get into the videos. This was something that I thought I'd never see, but I swear to God, I honestly believe that what I'm about to play here, I do believe that the only person right now, at least in the mainstream media, that is telling the truth is Tucker, and I've said that before. But now, dude, I honestly thought Royce needs to stop saying at the end of the day, No, I don't. I could say whatever I want. At the end of the day, it's my show. And now, guy who doesn't understand how Daywave works, I'm going to do it more. Because at the end of the day, we have fun here on Daywave. And at the end of the day, we all have verbal crutches. And at the end of the day, I enjoy making you uncomfortable. So, Tucker was basically writing a manifesto and should have been wearing a skull mask. So I'm just going to play it. I'm not even going to comment over it. It's just a minute and 30 seconds. Let's let it roll.
The White House executive staff called just this morning. Key domestic policy advisors Brooke Rollins and Jaron Smith argued that it might seem racist to say anything about the rioting in Minneapolis. Better just to let it happen. So that's what they're doing. We should have seen this coming. When you express an opinion our leaders don't like, they call it violence. When criminals commit actual acts of violence, they call it speech. So the game is rigged. Why are the rest of us still playing it? We have more power than we think we do. Our system only functions because dutiful, normal people with self-control and decency and, above all, a sense of responsibility toward others, created our system. They sustain the system. They pay the bills. None of the thugs looting Target or the well-paid nihilists on television who are egging them on have added a thing. Nothing. Yet all of the destroyers expect that this arrangement will last forever. And you can see why, because for them, it's been a very good deal. But what exactly are you getting in return for your contributions to this system? The authorities clearly don't care about you. The police won't show up to save your life, literally. During election years, sweaty politicians claim to be on your side. It's a lie. They're not. They'll waste your time with hollow posturing. They'll feed you pointless symbolic victories and expect you to celebrate like you've actually won something. But when the mob comes, they're gone. You're on your own. That's true. Those are the facts. We can't change them. All we can control is our own behavior. Should you keep playing along with all of that? Ponder that the next time they demand you get a permit to put a deck on your own house. And think about it even harder the next time you write a tax check.
He's right. What about in that 2-minute monologue that he gave, was he wrong? Why do we have to follow the rules? Why does everybody in this chat room have to follow the rules? Why? What's the point? Why do we have to go out there and wear a mask when we go to Costco? Why do we have to come home at 10 p.m. when they're out rioting? Why? Are we selectively enforcing them? Why do I have to social distance? Why are you not allowed to go fishing if you're in Michigan? Why were you not allowed to go to the beach? I'd like to know. Why were you not allowed to buy ammo in certain cities during the beginning of this COVID-19 man thing? Why were you not allowed? I saw these people, and we're going to be playing some footage here. I saw these people burning things to the ground. And at the end of the day, Tucker was right. Oh, I'm going to say it so much now. I didn't even realize I did it, but now it's going to be fun. At the end of the day, Wave, I do what I want. So, they could do this. Nobody is social distancing here. I'm not. I mean, are you seeing it? Unicorn Riot is basically. You want to talk about feds and agent provocateurs? Unicorn Riot's out there helping burn buildings down.
I was proud of my trade. I lost my job.
There you go. There you go. Burn it down, baby. Let's burn it down, right? Right?
But yet, it has some of the very.
Let's destroy it. Let's get some hot takes from fucking the dumbest people on the planet. They know why they're burning down their city. They understand that when all of this is over, they're not going to have a supermarket to go to. They know. And the other part is, and the part that I think is also great, is there's corporations currently pandering to these people. They're pandering to them. Amazon put on a whole statement like, we stand with our brothers in black, and this, and blackity, black, and black. As a matter of fact, I'll help you out here. I actually have, just to save time so we don't have to go through all the corporations' official statements, like the Targets and the Amazons and the Walmarts and all that, I have a compilation here of all of their official statements while their cities burn down.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, cause I'm black. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black, 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 black.
Dictated, but not written. Jeff Bezos. It's the same thing. All of these corporations are pandering to, we understand that the plight of the black people. We get it. We here at Amazon, whose owner's a trillionaire, understand the plight of the black people. Us here at Target get the struggle of the black people. Do you? Do you get the plight of the black people? Do you understand what they're going through? Do you? Do you really? Because we know what I didn't see is any of these corporations condemning the rioting or condemning burning cities down or burning a church down in D.C. because for some reason it's also Jesus' fault. I guess it's Jesus' fault too. It's everybody's fault. All I've heard for my whole life is Jesus wasn't even white. Sure, Jesus is white when you're fucking pissed though, isn't he? Jesus quickly becomes a white guy. Boom, Jesus is white. When you're burning a church down.
Last squad, repeat and go.
Hopefully they'll be able to
Strike
find
19.
some in the morning.
Updating fire, there is an active fire inside the business. It's small at this time, but I'll make it bigger.
And you saw him burning? Well, I saw him pushing the door like that. And then the fire started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Growing.
Market advice and comments.
The door stopped pushing. And now they had an axe and they were trying to chop the door down. They're trying to push the door down, but the fire got too much. So I know that he was behind that door. I saw the fire grow. And it was growing and it was growing. They took over the station. So I know that the man passed away. I know for a fact. Man.
Thanks for sharing it with us.
Oh, yes, sir. This is brother out, Rashid out here.
1100 in 1990.
Want to talk about it?
Go ahead.
Here's what Amazon said. They tweeted this out. The inequitable and brutal treatment of black people in our country must stop, says the people that up until a week ago were paying them slave wages. Together we stand in solidarity with the black community, our employees, customers, and partners in the fight against systemic racism and injustice. Of course, you're happy, Amazon. If they burn all the brick and mortars, even more market share for us, baby. More market share for us. Fucking great, Amazon. Fucking great.
Content has the best visual. Is male being held up against the wall.
Yes, sir.
And really sad by the people.
That'll get it. Thank y'all for being here, man. Say one more time.
Open line yelling in the background.
Hey, look, some more burnt husk of buildings.
Guys,
Guys, this is going to fix things.
And to support the murderer that committed the crime.
Committed the crime. Oh boy, look who's being interviewed right now. Like, I don't know what happened. I was just out here yelling at people and telling them they should probably burn the entire country down. I don't know what's happening.
Going auto. We're standing by for roughly 10-15 minutes.
The public again. That was
Let me show you some peaceful stuff because they're not showing you all of the peaceful things that were happening. Because, if you watch the news, if you're not out there putting in the work like GloomTube, and by the way, if you get a chance, GloomTube's on DLive, donate to GloomTube. The guy does really good work. He's staying up like 16 hours doing this shit. Here you go. This is in New York. This is a older lady and a older man trying to protect their store. Liebshin talks, I know I'm preaching to the converted, but these riots are just going to give the police more reason to arm up and make more people not like a specific group of people. Of course. Look, the police are going to get more militarized. Check this out, guys. And by the way, that's the other narrative. There's a bunch of, was it the fucking mayor of Houston? There's a bunch of skateboarding white kids that are doing it. And, the other people, it's a bunch of white supremacists that are doing this. Well, let's show some of these terrible white supremacists and let's see what they did. So they were throwing 2x4s trying to break into this woman's store, this old lady's store. And I guess she said something to them. Probably, hey, please don't break into my store. That's probably a good idea, right? Hey, please don't break into my store. And this guy popped her, punched her in the head. Lady's probably in her 60s. Punched her in the head. Punch, punch, and 2x4, and 2x4, and 2x4. Boom, boom. That's right. And then hitting the man with a 2x4. That's right, guys. That'll fix things. That's gonna fix everything. More peaceful protesters. No, Streamlabs is working. I just haven't played them yet. Sorry to double super chat, but didn't the LA riots make a lot of middle class leave hoods, further ruining them? Yeah, absolutely. This is going to make it way worse for these people. History repeats itself. Absolutely, agreed. Let's watch this again. Let's watch it one more time. What do you say? Boom. There you go. There we go. There we go. You know what happened? I know what happened. Guys, I know what happened. I'm so dumb. These people weren't wearing masks or social distancing. These young patriots, these young patriots, these young patriots were making sure that, hey, you're social distancing, bitch. Why aren't you social distancing, huh? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Where's your mask, ho? There's a virus out there. There's a virus. Do you want to get sick, dog? Do you want to get sick, dog? Huh? Thank God. You can say what you want, but you know what would have been worse? They should be thanking her, because she should be thanking them, because you know what would be worse? If she got the virus. If she got the virus, do you know how terrible that would have been for her? And again, I'm going to say something. I mean, I understand this is not the most original take in the world, but it's a take that I believe should be repeated. Every single chance we get, this take should be repeated. Faggots that were saying, that video was in New York. Faggots that were saying, why do Americans need weapons of war? Why do we need these weapons of war? For what reason do we need these? I hope this answers your question. I hope that question that all of you fucking anti-gun people have been asking since the beginning of fucking the Second Amendment, I hope you have your answer, because here it is. And check this out. I'm not implying anything other than this. No matter what side of the issue you stand on here, if you believe that there is police brutality, and there is. By the way, I want to be clear, there is police brutality. There's a lot of corrupt police officers. I don't want to hear 99% of them are good, because that number is a lie. If you believe that there's police brutality, and we live in a place where all these people have the power, why would you only want them to have weapons of war? I wouldn't. I know if I was out there smoking a blunt like homie's doing over here, I wouldn't want them to have it. Now let's go on the flip side. If your store is the thing that you own, the thing that your life that you've worked on, if your store is getting robbed, your livelihood is at stake, and the police are too busy protecting their precinct to come and help you, that's why you need a weapon of war. Do you get that? If you think the feds are stoking the flames, they shouldn't be the only ones to have it. That's why you need a weapon of war. If you think Antifa is stoking the flames, well, we can't let them be out there destroying people and killing people. That's why you need a weapon of war. Even if you think, and the most far-fetched one, but I'll put it out there, even if you think that white supremacists are doing this, you don't want them to be the only ones that are heavily armed. That's why you need a weapon of war. See how that works? It's almost like the founding fathers had a good, and notice it's fathers, no women. Notice the founding fathers may have had a goddamn point. But my government has drones. They're not using them. They're not using them. So I hope that this is a great, maybe if some good comes out about this, I hope that we all realize why we should all be ready to protect ourselves. Because I'm saying it again, by the way, at the end of the day, Royce's catchphrase, at the end of the day, it's up to you to protect your business. It's up to you to protect your family. It's up to you. Because, as we've noticed, when push comes to shove, these police aren't going to protect you. When push comes to shove, the Oath Keepers aren't coming to help you. When push comes to shove, Black Lives Matter isn't going to be there for you. Mike Jenkins, the Liberty riots in Miami in 1980s caused permanent damage to the city. Hasn't come back from. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And something that I thought was, and we're going to keep this was a lot, but something else that I thought was, and I forgot to mention it, but I'll mention it now, in this video here, and then I'll play some donations. In this video here, where this tiny woman is getting beat up and her elderly husband are getting beat up, there were not one or two. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of fucking people that were saying she should have just left. This old couple should have just left. They should have left. These are violent men. They shouldn't have been there. It's her fault. Somebody called her a fucking moron. And I think my Facebook post, somebody called her a fucking moron. It's her fault. Your property isn't worth your life. Insurance will take care of it. Spoken by people that don't understand how insurance works. If I hear one more, insurance will cover it. Sure, if you're Target, you're Walmart, you're AutoZone, you'll be fine. You have a lot of money in the bank, man. You got money in the fucking bank. It's basically a WWE pay-per-view up in that bitch. You got money in the bank all day. You could keep running, and you could wait for your insurance money. You're a small business owner. Hi, has anyone ever dealt with business insurance? I have. Has anyone ever dealt with car insurance? So have I. Most of you have probably dealt with car insurance, and some of you with business insurance. Couple things here, you fucking morons. There are going to be so many insurance claims. So many fucking insurance claims that it's going to take months, if not years, for you to get your money. And then when you get your money, all of these contractors, all of these builders are going to be not only so backed up, because they're going to be backed up, they're going to be raising their prices, supply and demand, motherfuckers. That's how it works. And guess what? Well, just let insurance handle it. Cool. People that are saying, are you going to pay this woman's premiums? Because everybody's premiums are going to go up. Are you going to pay for them? And yes, you're right. These insurance companies are going to fight it, and they're going to say, well, we're going to have somebody go out to your building to take a picture. And honestly, it's going to take us 6 months because we're so backed up. We're so backed up. The just let insurance handle it thing is one of the dumbest fucking takes I have seen. One of the dumbest fucking takes I have seen for shit like this happening. And it's not just for this. They burn that guy's sports bar down. That black guy sports bar all the time. We'll just let the insurance companies handle it. No, we're not. No. It is absolutely ridiculous seeing things like this. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you, Sean Connor. Let insurance handle it can only be said by somebody with no skin in the game. It's a very good point. That's a good way to put it. People that you don't have to worry. It isn't. Oh, it's just the people that have a rudimentary understanding of how insurance works, of how premiums work. That's when you could fucking say that stuff, when it doesn't affect you. When you're a waitress, and by the way, I'm not even shitting on if you do this because I want to be clear, but when you're a waitress or a waiter at an Applebee's, you don't understand how that shit works. Well, let's play some of these donations here, and then we're going to continue with this stuff. We'll put this up while we play the donations. So we have something fun to watch.
Whoa! Look at that.
Here to lighten the mood. By the way, your tan reminded me of this for some reason.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yep. Yep. Jimmy Kimmel.
Sometime at night, Carl Malone look up in sky and say, what the hell going on up there? Do UFO live on other planet, phoning home like E.T.? Carl Malone read on TV about white people getting deducted by aliens, sticking all kind of hell
Jimmy
up
Kimmel
their
used to be
butt.
funny. I
And
know that
that's a
sounds
damn
crazy.
thing.
Whoa! Look at that.
Congratulations on reaching 400 pounds.
That's not nice. That's just mean. Thank you for the donation, though. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. What's next?
Whoa!
General William T.
Look at
Sherman.
that.
Send me in to deal with the riots. I know how to put down a rebellion. Just ask Atlanta.
Fair enough, General. Can't argue that. You might not agree, but you can't argue it.
Whoa! Look at that.
I was recording the protest in Colorado Springs when an Uber driver get mistaken for a cop and get pummeled with stones.
Somebody just... Whoa! Hey, that's not a cop!
The fuck? All right, I got the video. Let's play the video. Thank you. Radically Moderate. You recorded this? All right, cool.
Somebody just... Whoa! Hey, that's not a cop! No! Don't do that! Holy fucking shit! That's not a cop! That was not a cop! That was not a fucking cop! Dude, that was not a cop! That guy was an Uber driver.
Bro, go get the fucking car.
Yeah, it's an Uber driver. Dude, he rear-ended that guy too.
We are the people!
We are the people! Shut up, you fucking nerd!
That's why I'm out here, you guys. I'm just reporting what I see.
We're gonna start a revolution on your single-speed bike. Good luck with that, homie.
Yeah, no, I looked at that vehicle before. I thought it was suspicious. And so I was like, oh, it's an Uber. So it looks like the cops are moving forward. We need to go.
This is Colorado Springs. You don't want justice. I'm fucking sick of hearing no justice, no peace. You don't want justice. Fucking say what you want to do. You want to destroy things. The cop is arrested, okay? Goes to trial. But here's the thing. That none of these fucking people will admit. None of these fucking people will admit. Even if they had mob rule, even if this was the wild, look at the car on the right getting flipped. Even if this was the wild fucking West, and they were to get, not that cop, get all of those cops, if they were to do that, and they obviously nobody should do this. That's not how this works. We don't fucking live in a world like this, and we fucking should be afraid to live in a world like this. Even if they got all those cops and they hung them in the middle of fucking town square, you'd still be doing this, and you fucking know it. And that's where I get fucking... It's not no justice, no peace. Because even if you wanted mob justice, even if you wanted all the cops to stand down and let you kill these cops, disgusting cops, by the way, cops that should never see the light of day, you'd still be doing this. Because this isn't what this is about. It stopped being about this the moment you decided to fucking burn businesses down. It stopped being about justice because you know what else is true? I believe, and look, I can't back this statistically or anything, but I believe that if you were to ask 50% of these people the name of the guy that got killed, they wouldn't know it. They wouldn't know his name. Because it isn't about that. It's not no justice, no peace. It's I want to destroy things. That's what it is. You don't have an end game. Because if you were to walk up to these people and you were to ask them, and I've seen videos of this. Hey, why are you out here, sir? What would you like for this to stop? Man, I don't know. It's just like, it's white privilege and racial inequity. No. I get all the talking points. Trust me, I'm fully aware of the talking points. What I want to know is, what do you want to do about it? Nobody has a plan. Nobody has a plan. You don't have an end game for this protest. You don't. You don't. This isn't something where you're going to get anything at the end of it, because what you're going to get at the end of this, what you're going to get at the end of all this, you're going to get more of the thing you're fighting. All of these police precincts, every single one of them that you've been seeing, I think there's 660 police forces in the United States. All of them are going to be asking for more military equipment. They're going to be hiring more poorly trained officers. They're going to be having more tanks on the streets. They're going to have more SWAT cars. That's what's going to happen. That's what you're doing. You motherfuckers are building a bigger police state. Buffalo Bill nailed it. We're going to lose our rights. We're going to lose our rights. And the police are going to get more funding. That's what's going to happen. At the end of all of this, not at the end of the day, by the way, at the end of all of this, well, you're right, Seth, you're right. I mean, we've already lost a lot of our rights. We're going to have less. How about that? Let's see. We're going to lose more of our rights. But the moment you see, and thank you for bringing that up, the moment you see SWAT teams having to guard Foot Lockers or Apple stores or Target, maybe your little protest has lost its focus. Maybe all the sympathy that you gained, you're flushing it down the toilet. Because what you want is anarchy. What you want is the world to burn. You don't want anything but that. And that's I mean, look, be honest. And if that's what you want, hey man, look in the mirror and tell you and be honest. If what you want is you don't want no law, you want the world to burn, you think that the entire planet owes you something, man, dude, believe what you want to believe. But don't lie. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to us like we're stupid. And tell us that this, what we're looking at here, that this, a Molotov cocktail being thrown at a thing, a cop in Jacksonville, in Florida, a cop in Jacksonville was stabbed in the neck and his throat was slit. Don't tell me that this is for the greater good, because it's not. We're not. I would like to think that most people that are not involved in this can see this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too hopefully optimistic. Maybe we're just everyone's stupid now. Maybe we're all dumb, and maybe we think this is helping. I mean, if you follow the media's narrative, that's what you see, right? If you follow what they're saying, I, for one, am waiting for Greta Thunberg to come out on TV. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe today. She's not busy. I think she recovered from her fake COVID. And admonish these people. Because I don't know, man. The CO2 emissions that are going on right now, that car burning, those cars burning, can't be great for the environment, huh? But you see, you using a plastic bag at the supermarket, how dare you? How dare you do that? You pleb? You piece of shit? How dare you do that? You deciding that you want to put premium gas in your V8, you're a piece of shit. You are destroying this planet. Now, look, I don't work for the EPA. I really don't understand. I haven't done extensive research on climate change. I haven't. But if you're going to ask me what is worse for the environment, me drinking out of a plastic straw or burning a fucking car filled with gas and rubber and plumes of black smoke and burning down buildings, if you would ask me what's worse, I don't know. And again, I would probably say this is worse. Maybe I'm wrong. Look, guys, if research comes out that plastic straws are worse, I will apologize on this very show. But nobody wants to speak out about this because the truth of the matter is it's never been about, oh, it doesn't matter what political side you are. If you do A, then it equals B. It's not a mathematical formula. It's emotional driven drivel is what it is. It's emotionally driven drivel where we sit here and we watch cities burn to the ground. We watch people getting killed. We see people getting, I think, correctly run over by a FedEx truck. You fucking start smashing a gun on the window and I'm driving. I'm running you over, motherfucker. Sorry, that's how it goes. Nobody. These are peaceful protesters. And somehow the media's already spinning it. It's Trump's fault, guys. It's white supremacism fault. It doesn't matter how many of these people are hurting anybody. That's whose fault it is. Every one of these motherfuckers that are flipping over post office trucks use Amazon. Every one of them. Every one of them has an Amazon Prime membership so they can get their new video game or their new sneaks. And sometimes during this, it is nice to see people have a moment of revelation, a moment where we could all look at it and go, well, sir, you got it. You wanted it. You got it. Let me introduce you to Chris Palmer, NBA player Chris Palmer. You may know him, you may not. I guess it doesn't matter. But what I want to do is I want to contrast a couple things that are going on here. A little before and after. A little life comes at you quick. Chris Palmer, 5/28/2020. when they were burning down one of the buildings in Minneapolis, wrote this. Has a picture of the photo. He wrote, "Burn that shit down. Burn it all down." Now I will be reading what happened a couple days later. They just attacked our sister's community. Down the street. It's a gated community. And they tried to climb the gates. They had to beat them back. Then destroyed a Starbucks. Now they're in front of my building. Get these animals the fuck out of my neighborhood. Go back to where you live. Go back to where you live. Translation. Hey, I don't care if you burn down the dirty, disgusting, shitty downtown city. It doesn't affect me. But now they're burning down your local Starbucks. Now they're in front of your place. Now they're in front of your sister's place. What a quick turnaround, Chris. How fast was that? Now you're seeing this. I mean, you were, these tweets are legit. You could look them up. He may have deleted the first one, but I'm telling you, this is legit. So you look at these tweets, and you figure maybe we'll have a little bit of humility, right? Maybe we will have a little bit of humility. Maybe we will go, you know what? I was wrong. What a dumb thing for me to say. Now, I hate Jack Posobiec, so let's start with that. I don't like him. Chris Palmer's an NBA player. That's who it is, if you came in late. Jack Posobiec posted that same screenshot and just wrote, oops. This was Chris Martin's response to being called out. Hello, Jack. Obviously, I didn't choose the right words. It was a crazy weekend. Lots of stress and panic. Tear gas is a mother. I don't endorse property damage in any form. I'm not perfect, but I will work at it. Be well. Take care. I don't endorse property damage. Now, guys, again, I've pointed this out. I am not in any way any sort of... I'm not in any sort of way a genius. Obviously, you listen to this show, you know I'm not a genius in any way. I'm a pretty stupid guy for the most part. But I'd like to think, burn that shit down, burn it all down, is in fact endorsing property damage. See, because here's what happens, Chris, and I'm going to write it the way he wrote it. Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing well, man. What happened is you saw something far away not affecting you, but the moment that it came to your doorstep, you moonwalked back your opinion so fast that Michael Jackson's estate should be suing you. Well, Chris Martin Palmer. His full name is Chris Martin Palmer. Sorry, Chris Martin Palmer. That's what happened, Chris. And you want to say things like you hate to see it, but you don't. You like to see it. You like to see like that. You like to see the people, the verified Twitters, the Chrissy Teigens, the people that are cheering on this bullshit. You like to see them have a come to God moment, because when they're in front of your house, and this is what I said, there's been some people that I've seen, not even people personally known to me, just online, Twitter, you see it, retweets and whatever and all that stuff. There have been people that I have seen, many of them that I have seen, saying they needed to do this. Black people have been held down so long, they needed to burn a city down. They needed to rob a Target. They needed to rob a Walmart. It's a revolution, man. You can believe that. You have every right to believe that. But then you need to be okay with going out to dinner, coming back home, and finding your home burnt to the ground and a flaming pile of rubble where your other vehicle used to be. Because I know it's an old saying, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't be okay with it when it's other people's property, but not when it's yours. But see, the moment it comes to you, everybody cares. Everybody cares. The moment your property's fucked up, all of a sudden, everybody fucking becomes Ron Paul. Everybody becomes Ron Paul. This is another. I know you're messing around, Adam, but I've also seen this one. If they built it down, they could. If they built it, they could burn it down. Well, they didn't build Target. Slavery ended a long time ago. They didn't build Target. Hey, maybe if they were burning, I guess, a plantation house down, I mean, maybe there'd be some sort of that. The other one that I've seen a lot, that's been going around, has been the. Oh, what about the Boston Tea Party, man? What about the Boston Tea Party? Hi, people that don't understand history. Sure, there was a Boston Tea Party. Absolutely. People were upset that they were getting taxed too high. Couple differences here. They had a direct goal. Hey, you're taxing us too much for our tea or for our things. You faggots. We're going to take your tea and we're going to dump it into the harbor. And then they went home. But if you're going to talk about the Boston Tea, what's the goal of this? A revolution? Which one of these gentlemen or ladies, hey, we want to be PC here. Which one of these gentlemen is the Crispin Adams? Which one of these gentlemen is the Thomas Jefferson? I don't know about you, but that guy doesn't look like a Benjamin Franklin. And guess what? During the Boston Tea Party, there were slaves. So shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. The Tea Party didn't even wreck the ship. They raided it. That's right. They only fuck with the tea. Exactly. So stop trying to use historical points to make it. And I said it earlier, but I think it's worth restating the new one that's been going around that's been like, all y'all white people say burning shit down doesn't work, but when all you were burning down Colin Kaepernick's shoes and his jerseys, and I'm like, yeah, I know that they owned. They went to a store and they bought it, and then they burned it. You could burn your own property. I don't give a flying fuck. And trust me, before they burn this isn't. And the other thing, people that are Joker posting. This isn't fucking Heath Ledger's Joker where we're burning a pile of cash. No, motherfuckers. This is different. It's not. It's about making a point. No. They made sure those Targets had no money in them, and after they were empty, they burned it down. After they took all of the things inside so they could take them home. After they had all the TVs that they wanted, then they burnt it down. This is like Joker taking all the money, and then burning the bank. The money's okay, though, right? Okay, cool. You're not making a point either. You're not. I don't want to fucking hear it. You're not. You're taking everything and you're destroying it. Let me play some of these donations I saw came in.
Whoa! Look at that.
I know the origin of the outrage, but if this was genuine, the number of blacks killed by cops pales in comparison to blacks killed by other blacks. Where is the outrage and responsibility there? It's either all or none, right?
Nobody cares because the media isn't covering that stuff, my friend. The media isn't covering that stuff. They don't care. It doesn't fit their narrative. They're not going to talk about inner city crime rates because the truth of the matter is, and here's a secret, they don't want to fix inner city crime rates. They don't want to fix them. Because if they were to try to find some way to fix it, they would lose voters. The moment you start getting property, the moment you start making something out of your life, you realize, Jesus Christ, why am I being taxed so much? And you start losing voters. If you keep the figurative knee on somebody's neck for long enough, they will become dependent on you. And they don't want to bring that up. They don't want to bring those things up. They don't want to lose their voters base. They don't. Why do you think they want illegal immigrants to vote so bad?
Whoa! Look at that.
All of these protesters and looters are gonna be the same people in the breadlines crying. They can't feed their kids cause there's no jobs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, Ken. 100%. Less jobs for everybody. We're crushing it, folks.
Whoa! Look at that.
Let's get a Riot montage with this track.
All right, let's do it. I mean, it's already on, so let's just do it. I'm going to have to skip it because I have a feeling that one will get me popped, but I get the point, sir.
Good morning to my favorite Pakistani. I understand where you are coming from, but if we non-black people start turning on the only people who are willing to take action because the media is highlighting the worst of the stuff, it will pit us against them.
Yeah, but willing to take action, but again, Semper, willing to take action against what? We're not talking about taking action to do something. There's not an end goal here. The Revolutionary War, there was an end goal. There's no end goal here. This is destruction for the sake of destruction. This isn't a well-armed militia protecting himself from the government. These are a bunch of people looting and destroying the very cities that they fucking live in.
Whoa! Look at that.
Hey Royce, I work at a national insurance carrier. We aren't paying a dime on any of these claims from the rioting. It's not in their policy. Most of these businesses will not come back.
It's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. You don't know what kind of policies these people have. Some people might not have anything like that. They might have natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon.
Whoa! Look at that.
Anyone else besides me kind of hoping for a modern-day Kent state?
That ain't happening. You're worried for no reason. You're hoping for something that's never going to happen.
Whoa! Look at that.
Rico, the store where the owners were beat with 2 X4s, is a fucking fire extinguisher store. I live right down the street from this neighborhood and have enjoyed spending a lot of time there over the years. I am disgusted by this.
Well, that's irony, isn't it?
Whoa! Look at that.
Fuck it. I'm fucking 3 steps away from taking all my money, going back to Ukraine, buying guns, and going to live in Chernobyl. I will have a head start in our fallout. Hey, man,
Whoa!
Good luck, comrade.
Look at that.
When it comes to the Boston Tea Party, the tea was being forced upon the American colonists to bail out the East India Company, a government monopoly. We aren't forcing these people to pay for Air Jordans, Rolex, and Ray-Bans.
Very good fucking point. Another great point.
This is ally shit. This is what we talk about when we mean ally shit. Come put your bodies on the line. Come put your privilege and your money on the line. We need your pocket. We need your privilege. Come on. Niggas, listen. By niggas, I mean white niggas out here doing this. I have one more question real quick.
Taking 92, all units. There's an opportunity to...
Remember, guys, over here, if you look on the right, remember, during the Revolutionary War, how the founding fathers were sea walking and breakdancing. Jesus Christ, man. I'm waiting again. I said it again. That's another mask off the face. I'm waiting for the Don Lemons and the Andrew Cuomos to yell at these people and admonish them for not social. You guys aren't social distancing. There's a virus out there. You fucking phonies. All of you. I'm glad. The only fucking business that I'm glad that I saw fucking get fucked with this weekend was CNN. Did you see him fucking spray painting CNN's building? You saw them? I saw them spray painting CNN's building. Because guess what, you fucking morons? No amount of pandering is going to matter. Let me see if I should be able to find it.
We're here inside CNN.
Here you go. This is fun. This is a fun one to watch. This is a fun one to watch as a family. Let's watch this one together, guys.
Center, we're just in the last 10 minutes. Demonstrators have started to come up and down this thoroughfare of Marietta and break out windows of CNN Center. It was just a short time ago that they started shooting what appeared to be BBs at us.
But why? Guys, CNN's been on your side. Guys, we've been trying to help you. Guys, we're on your side. We've been pandering to you. Why are you coming for us? Guys, why are you coming for us, guys? We're on your side. We've been telling you how oppressed you are. We're on your in Connecticut. Living in your home in Connecticut. I've been you guys long-time listeners know this. I've been saying this for years. No amount of fucking pandering is gonna matter. Sure, you could pander. And you know what? Maybe the mob will eat you last. But they're still gonna eat you. It didn't matter. None of it mattered.
I was struck with a BB pellet. It's unreal to witness here, Chris. This police line, we just saw an officer extracted. An officer was down. We don't know exactly how they were injured.
You mean the evil, racist, white supremacist officers that you guys keep talking about on your station every day?
Another officer here that was standing on these steps took some glass in the arm. These demonstrators are ready to confront these law enforcement officers. You have law enforcement in heavy tactical gear, protesters that...
Boy, don't you wish that these cops were guarding businesses and not CNN?
That are, clearly ready. You just see something else happen there. Another demonstrator threw what appeared to be a large object at one of those SWAT officers. They're throwing signs at the police officers, and they're not showing any sign of dispersing. And about 15 minutes ago...
excuse me, I've been watching your network, Mr. CNN man. These are peaceful protests.
They gave an order from the armored vehicles that had shown up here just outside. Those images, I'm not sure if you're looking at them. They gave the demonstrators an order to disperse. It was then that we saw more show up in tactical gear, tear gas masks, and that's when we heard over the radio that this was happening. They've broken out the windows here and are continuing to throw objects. There's just another projectile fired. Appear to be a full water bottle. But there are officers that we can report. At least 2 officers have been injured. One of them, it appeared to be seriously injured. He was being dragged out. You could see what's left behind of this glass, the glass partition that separates the street. These demonstrators are now launching something that appears to be some sort of smoke grenade that they're throwing inside CNN Center right now. They're kicking it back out, guys. This is live happening in front of your eyes.
There you go. Hey, CNN! Yay! Oh, it didn't work. Guys, it didn't work. Oh, my God. Getting on news stations and Don Lemon, while he goes to the fucking Poconos, fucking sitting there going, racism in America, it's the white people. I mean, are you happy this is happening, CNN? I mean, you should. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. The chickens have come home to roost. And now this is what you get. You get what you fucking deserve. Because they don't care about you either. They don't care about your message. They don't care about pandering. They don't care. You're just another, pun intended, target.
Just thrown, I think, Powerade or some sort of Gatorade or liquid, guys,
That's a good,
on the officers.
Casper has a good point. Quick, suck the dicks faster. They're attacking.
These officers are being confronted. And these demonstrators, they know what's on the other side of this. They've been warned. These officers have already fired or deployed tear gas into the crowd. We saw another with a long gun fire what appeared to be a rubber bullet at another demonstrator who had thrown a large object. You see these demonstrators are walking inside CNN Center at this point. It seems as though this man might be detained. He's being detained.
He wanted to be arrested. That's why he did it.
Let's see if we can talk to him.
He's being detained. Let's see if we could talk to him. Tell me these fucking guys aren't snakes, man. He's being detained. Let's see if we could talk to him.
This demonstrator, let's see if we could ask him why he was here, guys.
News. Jazz hands. News.
Hey, why did you show up here today? Why are you here? Why did you come here? What made you show up?
There needs to be change. Here in our country, it's not black, white. Officers need to be trained better.
They need to be changed. Officers, black, white, need to be... Okay, well, I mean, maybe you're right. Well, you are right. Officers do need to be trained better. But, you know, come on. Some people saying totally staged. You might be right, guys. I don't know. I'm just playing it. You fucking decide. Fat Keck Boy, rioters have one thing in common. They have no fathers. Thank you, sir.
You took me off the air?
No, Nick, you're still there. You okay?
Hey, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. I didn't know if I was taken off the air. This is a live act. Every day, journalists who are trying to tell the truth, trying to deliver information.
Hold on. Let's hear. I gotta hear this.
I'm here for change. Yeah, okay, yeah.
We gotta hear this.
I didn't know if I was taken off the air. This is a live acted situation.
What did he say? I couldn't hear all of
it. I was trying to get an interview with the demonstrator. He said he wanted police can do better. Police can do better. I'm here for change. We've heard the chants of no justice, no peace. Another large object just thrown there at CNN. This is our home, Chris, you know. This is where we come to work every day. Journalists who are trying to tell the truth, trying to deliver information. It's one of the noble parts about society, and these demonstrators have decided to come here today to take out their frustration and their anger, not just on the police, but it seems on our CNN Center as well.
Did he? Oh, I'm not even. I'm actually crying. Did he call himself noble and they're truth tellers? Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me right now? Sorry, we got to hear that again, folks. We have to.
Police can do better. I'm here for change. We've heard the chants of no justice, no peace. Another large object just thrown there at CNN. This is our home, Chris, you know. This is where we come to work every day. Journalists who are trying to tell the truth, trying to deliver information. It's one of the noble parts about society, and these demonstrators have decided to come here today to take out their frustration and their anger, not just on the police, but it seems on our CNN Center as well. These police officers now are advancing. They're grouped together as those objects continue to fly, being blocked by SWAT team shields. There appears to be one person in front of the...
He basically did the, but we're on your side. But guys, we're on your side. We're on your side, guys, not us. You fucking asshole.
Demonstrators, Chris. I don't know if you can make him out on camera. He's got a white bandana on with his shirt off. He's trying to keep his crowd back and to try. It appears as though this is happening right live in front of us, that they're understanding the gravity of the situation here and what might escalate next.
So, Nick,
as this is happening, you're seeing just next to us, Chris, they're taking objects out of McCormick and Smicks to try to remove large objects away from the demonstrators.
Right.
Go ahead, Chris.
Nick, are the cops that are inside the CNN Center the only cops that are there, or are there more cops on the backside of this crowd?
No.
Why aren't they protecting us?
We're giving you a different vantage point, a different perspective. There's a larger police presence, but what has happened here in the last 20 minutes is, as the demonstrators were pushed out in front of the big red letters that they're in front of CNN Center, pushed into the main intersection, they started to move, sort of down more towards, Centennial Olympic Park. And they took advantage of police not being in this area. They started to throw rocks at these windows, and it was just before we joined you live on air that this situation unfolded. It is unreal to see this. I know I keep using that word, but you never think something like this is going to happen here. Atlanta has been...
You never think something is going to happen here. Guys, we've been pandering so hard. Have they not? It's almost like these people don't watch CNN.
Historically, a city...
It's almost like these people aren't chairs at an airport where they get all their ratings from.
That, has held demonstrations, even during the rash of police shooting of African-American men in 2015. This was a city that held large demonstrations, but they were by and large peaceful. This is nothing but.
Now, how long has this been going on, Nick?
They've been here since 3 o'clock this afternoon. We understand it was... a smaller crowd which gathered this afternoon, and it was about 7 o'clock that we started to get alerts from our national desk that they were throwing projectiles out in front of CNN Center, doing graffiti. We showed up about a half hour later, and within minutes, things took a turn. Here comes another object being thrown by a demonstrator in a mask. Now more reinforcements being brought in, coming behind our photographer.
Okay, they're going to create an angle of stand and hold right now. What are you hearing?
There's that white skateboarder.
De-escalate.
Board succeeds and breaks the... And again, this is a tough situation because you have a small opening. And if they break the other way... Well,
gosh.
So, and just so people understand what's going on, this is a big building. And this...
They're here under the premise because a black man was killed by police. They want to hold police accountable. Their message, however, has taken a violent tone here, and we don't hear the mention of George Floyd's name at all. We just see the violence happening here in front of us.
Wow, isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy that the things that everybody's been saying for so long and the things you motherfuckers have been lying about for so long, you ignited a race war, you morons. This is what you get. This is what you get. You're right. A moment of motherfucking clarity. Don't worry. They'll be back on message soon. Nobody get your hopes up. Play some of these donations.
Whoa! Look at that.
There are better days ahead of us. Thanks for being on top of the latest Riot news, Royce.
Hey, shut up.
Whoa! Look at that.
I watched a video about a riot control device that the army has that blasts some weird frequency and makes people's skin burn. They said it is completely non-lethal but can change skin pigmentation. Hilarious if all of these rioters wind up being orange.
Well.
Whoa! Look at that.
Hey Royce, don't you think it's a little odd that George Floyd and Chauvin knew each other? Or how the paramedics didn't even attempt to revive George, just hauled him away? Also, Buckingham Palace is abandoned, seal is gone, and windows border. Interesting.
No, I don't think, from what I understand, George Floyd and Chauvin worked at the same place as security. I don't know if they necessarily knew each other. Just to clear that up. I mean, maybe they did. I'm just letting you know from what I've read.
Whoa! Look at that.
Hey, from Australia, our media is trying to start an Aboriginal uprising talking about all their deaths in custody. They're the true enemy.
I'm with you, man. You know that I've been saying that for years.
Whoa! Look at
The
that.
media part.
This won't happen again, right?
Oh, it will, and it's going to be worse. I think there's one more. All right.
Whoa! Look at that.
The journalist literally did the Die Hard 2 Dick Thornburg, just that Holy McLean wasn't there to tase him. That's a good point. Looking good, though, folks. Looking real good.
Can I head to Interchange Rose on a suspicious email saying someone's going to shoot her? Someone's going to shoot her house, still out on the street yelling, voice female, 5455 having failed, possibly beeped gun, wearing a pink shirt and blue jeans. No weapons were seen on the subject, but a BB gun was mentioned.
This is helping. All of this is helping.
This dude's saying there was a fire on the Hiawatha Bridge.
Strike 19, your number is 102-320-102-320.
It's not going to stop. I mean, all right, sure. The precinct is on fire.
Precinct, thank you. We have one custody.
What a mess. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, cool, an axe. That's fine. No, whatever, it's cool. Everyone, let's go with fucking Tom. Are you going to scalp somebody there? Huh? Hey, runs with Reeboks. What tribe are you a part of?
Man, there's shit all over the roads.
Yo, dog, I stole some Doritos. You want some?
Custody.
Domino's is hot and ready.
Check.
Strike 27 is clear.
I apologize about that 5-minute excursion of madness.
Strike 13, 1990.
So I believe this was Friday or Saturday night. This is last night.
12 to 16 cars that are following the group, and then I have an officer coming up asking for help on Milwaukee Avenue. You got here.
Real quick. Actually, you know what? Christiana, if you want to stay here, Seth and Cody are right there, so let's stick with that.
Chicago, that looks like National Guard, right? Top left, that's National Guard.
Is now getting back onto Inner Lakeshore Drive by Scott Street.
The white people here. A lot of them do not really understand the black perspective. And
Most of the white people here do not understand the black perspective. Okay, cool. So give me the perspective for burning the city down. I like to hear it. Let's put some rioting music on, though. Let's make it a little more fun to watch, at least.
They have very, white people have naive view of black people. Right? They're protesting and they try to let you know that instead of just leaving them alone. Wherever they go up there, they think they need to be.
Wait, that's Carl? Oh, that's hilarious. Really? That's Carl? Yes! Fucking Carl, you're a madman! You're a fucking madman!
White people need to leave, black people alone. That's it.
You fucking bottom right. The one doing the voice is Carl.
And it's 3700 from Douglas Card. They're right now, near Lakeshore Drive.
Most of them don't have.
Alright, 6500 Adam is
I have black friends.
advising
You're
3700.
a lunatic, Carl.
They are normal people.
Are with them over on the Inner Lakeshore Drive.
It's just that they don't want you. They know that you are not them. But, you know.
You maniac, Carl. You
Don't
fucking
try to
maniac.
empathize, just respect. Don't try to empathize, but respect. That is all you need to do. Just respect.
1802 Sam.
Don't put your nose into his business, you know.
Our group is going northbound on Esther from Wisconsin.
Hey, somebody post a link to Carl's channel in there. One of the mods, please. Get him. Get him some subscribers. Carl's great.
40. 3, let's get those 1,300 units into that neighborhood and spread out, alright?
Alright. All the 3,700 units need to spread out. All the 3,700 units need to spread out. Esther and Scott. Esther and Scott.
Parallel is going down State Street, northbound.
For the 3,700 units, parallel and going down State Street northbound.
Look at all this teenage angst going on. That's what we're seeing, right?
It's not a lot of police.
Yeah, they're right there where the McDonald's is, the Fox Market.
340, you got about 5 running eastbound on Banks.
Oh, that's a shoe store that they're robbing, apparently? Top right, San Francisco Shoe Palace?
Car 43.
43.
7300, move eastbound with his crew. Alright, we're just going to stay with the larger group. We have plenty of police over here.
7,300.
Eric in the chat, Eric Hansen. Philadelphia is always trying to outdo everyone else. Yeah, I actually saw them interview somebody in Philadelphia. They go, "So, sir, what do you think about the riots?" Riots? Sorry, this was Saturday. This is what Philly looks like normally, you know? So like it's not a big change for them. Bottom left is Philly. This is what it looks like. This is what it's like there. It's fine. It's normal Philly.
3,700, can we get the timestamp for dispersal?
Alright, 3,700 is giving another dispersal timestamp 2127.
Philly during this riot is still throwing batteries at Santa Claus.
Transport, Dearborn and Goofy.
Dearborn and Goethe, they're asking for a transport. Dearborn and Goethe.
Bring that 171 up from the rear and go to Dearborn. Here.
171, you
Were any textbook stores looted? Can anybody confirm whether any textbook stores were looted? It's important for me to know.
You gotta get the fucking shot.
6,500.
I want him out of here.
Philly's won the World Series. Yay. That's what it looks like. Oh, Philly. You're adorable.
In the alley where?
So between Gerda and Division, I'm having them come out towards me on Division, and I'm sending them they ran back because they think we're.
Hey, guys, can anybody let me know if Zach De La Roche showed up on Rodeo Drive like he promised with a shotgun, or is he too busy counting his multi-million dollars? Because, I mean, Rage Against the Machine, this is what they were waiting for, right? Let's go. Come on. Come on. You haven't seen a black man since your grandparents bought one. Wiki, 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 wiki. Come on, Rage. Where you at, dog? Where's Tom Morello at? In his mansion? Wearing his hats. and doing tricks with his guitar. I'm gonna play my guitar with a tooth. It's gonna sound cool. Shut up.
All 7,300 units do not allow anyone south of you.
I love the music GloomTube's playing, by the way. If you get a chance, man, GloomTube's on DLive. Just search for GloomTube on DLive. Donate. GloomTube has been working hard, getting us a lot of footage. A lot of shows are reliant on GloomTube stuff. So just so you, if you get a chance, throw them some lemons over there, okay? Rage is too busy keeping people outside of their gates at their quiet enclave community, right? Excuse me, sir. I'm going to need to call Mr. Morello before I can let you in. The music is great, though. I got to say, I'm not going to lie.
Protesters, 21:34 hours on the clock.
We were speaking to who was hit with some rubber bullets, rubber pellets, I should say.
And I feel bad for GloomTube, too. I mean, he's doing really great on DLive, but he was doing great on YouTube. But then he has his Streamlabs on, and people, of course, had to be spurgy and just donating N-bombs and stuff, and then got his channel popped. Wasn't even his fault. GloomTube's doing nothing but covering the riots. All he's doing is covering the riots, and then he got fucked.
Vehicle that's coming in, and we'll see how that goes.
Lindsay, I'm curious. We just
continue to stay in the road here.
spoke with Deputy Mayor of Public Safety in D.C., Kevin Donahue. You've been there since about 2 o'clock today. Have you seen any National Guard on the streets?
It is getting worse.
Protesters are moving hard on the left side.
Don't worry, guys. I got music. GloomTube stopped this music, but I got music. I got music. I got music for you. Don't worry about it.
Dispersal order. Dispersal order. North and well, and then wait for the survey, and we'll come over there and give you a hand with it.
Can we get to 50,000?
I got it.
And then I would say in the last hour, police have been
Ah, this is so much better.
Okay. Moving away from the White House.
3710. Third final warning given in North and Well.
Third and final warning.
Does it seem like, and you have moved further away, does it seem like people are starting to move away from that police line or back toward it? It's pretty volatile out here, but why we move back? Because we, just a minute ago, had a crowd rushing toward us, and it has calmed down.
Is that Jody Van on Citywide 6?
It's part of the street, but when you have this big group of people that you see rushing toward you,
Guys, it's burning down, but at least we have some smooth jazz, huh? Let's play some of it. I think I got a donation or two.
I was saying boo. Earns black-owned inner cities. This shit is sickening.
It's racist.
Thanks for the show.
It's racist. That's racist, sir. But thank you.
Whoa! Good day.
I don't understand. Chicago looks the same as always.
That's fair. Well, that's not normally the part of Chicago that gets fucked, right? It's the South Side. Hey, any Chicago locals, tell me, what part of the Chicago is the one with all the gang violence? South Side, right? I gotta tell you, music makes a big difference. Music, the South Side. Okay, I was right. Music does make a big difference with this. Boston was fucked up yesterday. The cops in D.C. weren't having anybody's shit. There was a complete blackout in D.C. Nobody's streaming. I don't know if they put some cell blocking or whatever, but towards the end there, they weren't. And then I love the thought process is like, oh, where are the people that are protesting at D.C.? dude, you fucking burned down a historical church, library with fucking books, fucking historical books in it, and you're trying to fucking storm the White House. People were freaking out because the White House had their lights off for the first time in since fucking in 100 years. The reason the lights were off is it's better to shoot down a thermal scope with them. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's the reason the lights were off at the White House. They ain't fucking playing. The Secret Service doesn't fucking play. There's a lot of these people, those motherfuckers don't play.
Whoa! Look at that.
Did you see the video coming out of Philly where another cop had his knee on the back of someone's neck while wailing on him?
It is getting out of fucking hand, folks. And it's gonna get worse. Yeah, Trump was in a bunker. I think Trump was in the underground bunker at the White House. I'm almost positive. I read that. I don't know if it's true or not. Obviously, I wasn't there. I can't neither confirm nor deny. But I did hear that he was. The White House has fucking Marines. They will fuck. Yeah, I know. The White House is going to be protected. That's not. The White House ain't going to fall. I mean, it's not. Did Orlando rise up? Yeah, I don't know if you heard the first hour, but we were on our way back from watching the SpaceX launch. They blocked I-4 and the 408. They actually got on the highway, on the actual physical highway that goes from Daytona all across the state to Clearwater, and they completely blocked it. They completely blocked it. And because of that, we have a curfew now, which makes sense. That's fair. It's fair. It's fair that we have a curfew because of what some fucking morons did. You know? It works out really well for everybody. They're going to drone strike around the White House if needed. You're right. Jack Ryan, will he save us? No, he's not. Jack Ryan's too busy being Jim Halpert and looking at the camera and going, because that's this isn't the fucking old school Jack Ryan we're talking about. Maybe Ryan Leaf will save us. Does anybody know if Ryan Leaf could save us? Could somebody let me know? I know he's not playing football. Could somebody let me know if Ryan Leaf can come and help us out? I would love to know.
I can't quite tell from where I am, but someone, it appeared to be, was banging a light signal, at least the pole where the light signal is.
And let's remind people exactly where you are and how far away you are from the White House right now.
Really just 2 blocks, Marina. We're at 16th and I. So originally, Lindsay Watts was at 16th and H.
What about Fat Russell Crowe? Can Fat Russell Crowe help us? Can any of our movie star heroes help us? Where's Chris Hemsworth? Get him on the phone. Can Chris Hemsworth please save us? Please, guys. Please save us. Where's Tom Cruise when you need him? Where's Jack Reach around? Where's he at? Maybe he'll come. Maybe he's going to rappel in. Maybe he'll be the one. Where's Mel Gibson in his home, sitting by the front door with a shotgun, just fucking waiting? That's where he's at. He's blaming the Jews is what he's doing for this one. That's what he's doing. He's sitting on his porch blaming Jews. That's what Mel Gibson's doing. You know who owns the media that sparked this race war? We know, Mel. We're very aware, sir. We're very aware. Where are our heroes? Can Will Smith come and help us? He was a cop in a movie. Come on, bud. Where you at? Let's go. I know Jake Paul was out there rioting, fucking multi-millionaire out there fucking riding like an asshole. I did see that. You guys saw that? Jake Paul's riding like a moron. Robert Downey Jr.'s at his house in blackface having a time of his life. You're right. Where's Bill Pullman? Guys, we need an Independence Day speech. That'll help us. That'll help us. Here we go. I got you. This is going to work with the footage. Don't worry. I got it. This is going to work perfectly with the footage. Here you go.
That they are.
Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Did that speech help? Guys, I'm trying to see. There's a lot of celebrities that have done a lot of speeches. Do you think that one helped? I got one. That speech didn't help. This speech will help. Guys, celebrities are going to help us through this. I promise you.
Troopers, I just received new orders. Our superiors say the war is canceled. We can all go home. Bison is getting paid off for his crimes. And our friends who have died here will have died for nothing. But we can all go home. Meanwhile, ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up. But we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home, and who wants to go with me?
That'll do it. That'll do it. That will do it. You know what? Maybe that one doesn't work. I get it. Maybe that's not for you.
Sons of Scotland, I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. Kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I am William Wallace. And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny.
Maybe this'll help, guys.
You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do with that freedom? Will you fight?
Here we go, guys. Come on.
Against that? No! We will run! And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Did that help? There's a lot of speeches. I need to know. There's a lot of speeches. Maybe this one will help.
We're dicks.
We're reckless, arrogant, stupid dicks. And the Film Actors Guild are pussies. And Kim Jong-il is an asshole. Pussies don't like dicks, because pussies get fucked by dicks. But dicks also fuck assholes. Assholes who just want to shit on everything. Pussies may think they can deal with assholes their way, but the only thing that can fuck an asshole is a dick with some balls. The problem with dicks is that sometimes they fuck too much, or fuck when it isn't appropriate.
Yes, Gary, yes.
And it takes a pussy to show them that. But sometimes pussies get so full of shit that they become assholes themselves. Because pussies are only 1.5 inches away from assholes.
He's right.
I don't know much in this crazy, crazy world. But I do know that if you don't let us fuck this asshole, we are gonna have our dicks and our pussies all covered in shit.
Hell yeah. Woo! I think that's the one. We're not topping that one. We're not topping that speech.
Whoa!
Not today, we're not.
Look at that.
Get that cool $100, Mark Dog. Thanks
Thank you.
for the show,
Thank
sir.
you. But thank you. Much appreciated. I do appreciate it. And the next one.
Oh, look at that.
F for both Carl's channels and Twitter.
Did they both get popped? Really? That's fucking terrible. Guys, thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. I know it was an intense show. We try to have a little bit of fun, but we don't get to do so much. I'll be back in 4 hours for Revenge of the Sis. I hope you're there. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. Thank you for tuning in. I don't remember. I think I forgot to open the chest on Friday for the D-Live people, so you can get it today, folks. The numbers will look great. Hit subscribe before you head out. I do this show every day, 10 a.m. till noon Eastern Standard Time. You guys are the best. I really do appreciate it. You can listen to a bunch of different stuff, and you choose to listen to me. So, thank you, guys. All right, guys. I will see you in 4 hours. I hope you're there. I hope at the end of the day wave, you have a fantastic, wonderful, and even through all this, safe day wave. Bye, guys. Bye.